Welcome to the hottest show on radio. Welcome to the lab where author Keith Childs and friends, where business and fashion meets entertainment. Each and every Thursday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome. Come on. Welcome to the lab. Welcome to the lab. Welcome to the lab. Where business and fashion meet entertainment. Welcome to the lab. The hottest show on radio. Welcome to the lab with author Keith Childs and friends. Come on. Welcome to the lab. Welcome to the lab. You are tuned in to the hottest show on radio. Welcome to the lab with author Keith Childs and friends. Welcome to the lab. Where business and fashion meet entertainment. Welcome to the lab. The hottest show on radio. Welcome to the lab. Welcome to the lab. Welcome to the lab. You are tuned in to the lab. Welcome to the lab. Come on. Host Keith Childs. And coming up today on today's show, my girl Jenny Jones have the latest entertainment news with her 60 Second from Hollywood, and my man Harvey Yancey, guys, is in the building. He from H2 Design Build. He'll be joining us. He'll be joining me for Lit in the Lab, and also he'll be in the hot seat, guys. A really hot show coming up. But right now, guys, it's time for my 3 points of purpose. Now, my 3 points of purpose, guys, is a segment. It is time when I share a little insight to provide you with 3 points to help you navigate through the various areas in your life. It's something personal that I want to talk on today that's hot in the news, man. But first of all, 3 points of purpose is brought to you by Easy Pray, the trilogy. This is coming this spring by author Keith Childs, myself, guys. Please make sure you check it this spring. You'll be hearing that throughout the show. Author is coming spring, and also follow me, guys, on at author Keith Childs on all my social media outlets at author Keith Childs. But now, guys, let me jump right into my 3 points of purpose. What I want to talk about today on there. My 3 points of purpose, what I want to bring to you guys today is we got to find a way. We have to find a way. We have to find a way to get back to caring about one another. We got to find that. That's really, really, really important. And what's going on, first let me say before I get started, my heart and my prayers go out to the family members that lost a kid today. Lost a kid yesterday in the shooting in Florida, in a mass shooting. And that's what I want to talk about today, guys. These mass shootings, we got to get some type of solution. We got to come together as a people, white, black, everything in between. We got to come together as a people. So I want to just touch upon that today on my 3 points of purpose. And in this so much stuff, so many unanswered questions, and I know when you talk about stuff like this, the first thing you want to say is the blame. Everybody want to play the blame game, and understand it, because it's unanswered questions that people want to get answers. First, I can't even wrap my mind around it. You know what I'm saying? Because I have 2 beautiful young daughters, 14 and 12, that's right now in school. And I have a daughter that's out of school with 2 little grandkids in school. I can't imagine getting that call. And stating and saying that, something was going on where my kids, was hurt. So we get into the whole blame game. We get into, the mental illness. Let's talk about the mental illness. Let's talk about society in itself. Let's talk about all these different things that makes up that. Because here's some stuff that I kind of see, and it's enough blame for everybody going around. So, but I just want to try to make sense to some of this stuff when it happened. And I know the mental illness piece is major, but on my way here, I was listening to CNN, and I heard one of the gentlemen say, I was talking to the governor in Florida, and on CNN, and for the life of me, and I don't know if I'm just being overly, I don't know, conscious about it, but for the life of me, I couldn't understand. He was trying to get him to commit the governor to commit to doing something about this gun violence. And in Florida, I wasn't even aware that you can buy a handgun at 18 in Florida. You can buy, no, you can't buy, I'm sorry, correction, you cannot buy a handgun at 18, but you can buy AR, I think it was called an AR-7 or AR-15. AR-15, you can have an AR-15 at the age of 18 years old, and you're not even old enough to drink. So those questions that he tried to get the people, you try to get the governor to speak to, and he was just evading the question like, oh, we're gonna do. He was just so evasive with it, and I don't understand. Couldn't give him a solid answer on why we can't just do something about these guns, guys. We can do something about these guns, And I go back to what I was saying. I'm going back to what I'm saying. Just going to the whole games, right? When we all young, we played and I'm not trying to point one game out, but it's all of them. We played we played the Grand Theft Autos and all the violent games. I love them. But just imagine just how we get these to our kids, and they get so desensitized to violence. It's almost scary. And I'm not just trying to single out the game industry, but I'm just using that for an example as one. Then we got the mental illness piece. If you can go in and just purchase a assault weapon, and you're mentally ill, and there's nothing to counter those things, and also just society and being all in the same. So those are the things, the signs. Then my other piece, guys, is the signs. Seeing the signs. I was reading up or listening like most of you all about this whole tragedy, and I found out that the young guy was adopted. And I found out that the guy was adopted. So him being adopted, not, and believe me, not giving him an excuse at all. No excuses. You got to be held accountable for this tragedy. But him being adopted, both of his adopted parents dying. Now, this has got a 19-year-old kid that clearly got mental, or 17 or however old he was, 19-year-old kid that clearly got mental issues, right? And both his parents, he's adopted, so he's probably feeling rejected from the adoption, I'm sure. And then both his adopted parents passed away. So who knows the mental state he's in, but somebody know this kid, or, and it all, what I'm just trying to say, guys, is it's all just, if we just go back to that village, and just kind of all take a piece in it and wrap our arms around, because we're so set in our ways now. We don't want to bother other people. We don't want to touch nobody. You got, in my neighborhood, you got neighborhoods where 5 people, 2-3 people to the left of you and 2-3 people to the right of you, you don't even know. I remember coming up in the neighborhood where the village was raised us, in a sense where the neighborhood knew you. If you did something wrong, the lady down the street could spank your butt, send you home, or go home, walk you home, and then your mom or dad will get you, because that's what a village is about. Making sure that everybody looked out for the kids, and everybody looked out for the seniors, and everybody looked out for everybody. Now, everybody hands off, and I think that's one of the major problems. We got to get back to this loving on each other and stop. Everybody's so focused. They don't want to touch stuff. They don't want to say nothing to kids. You can't spank kids, and you can't do this. And then let's throw in the third piece, guys. Let's throw in this whole Congress piece. This amendment. When you start talking to the gun lobbies, and the first thing they say is, oh, the people that's doing the killing, the bad people, they're not buying guns. But at the end of the day, you got mental ill people that can go in, somebody mentally ill, that can go in and buy an AR-15 assault rifle. AR-15 assault rifle, and then before you know it, someone is hurt. So my thing is, man, we gotta really get back to this loving on each other. My heart, my prayers goes out to them family. I can't imagine. I heard one of the, and I really didn't want to see that, but on my way here, heard one of the mothers was just pleading out to Trump to please do something about this gun violence. I heard he gave a 7-minute speech didn't mention gun one time, but it's we got to do something, guys. We got to make it where kids is not old enough to buy alcohol, but they can go and buy an assault rifle. Something ain't right with that picture. Something clearly is not right with that picture, man. So it really take all of us. All of us got a little responsibility in this as a people, as humans. Forget white, forget black. As human beings, we all got kids. We all loving our kids the same, no matter what color you are. We all love our kids the same. So we really got to do something to give back, to get back to society, to humanity, to make sure that we are definitely loving on each other, man. It's each of our responsibility. So and that's just my 2 cents in it. It's just so deep. Of course, I'm not gonna sit right here, and I'm not gonna sit right here and act like it's one person to blame. I'm not gonna say it's only the guns people fault, or it's the gaming fault, or it's the non-parenting fault. It's everybody. Me, everybody. We all take a little piece, and just if we get back to loving humanity, get back to the village, caring about each other, talking to your neighbors, who knows? Who knows? Maybe that gentleman that did that needed somebody to tell him that they love him. Something that we can freely do. I don't know. I'm just grabbing at straws right now because I have daughters, and I couldn't imagine getting that call about my daughters or something or something like that. That's happening to one of my kids. So, guys, that's my 3 points of purpose. I really wanted to take that time today, get into that, and just really and let you know. All right. So 3 points of purpose. 3 points of purpose was brought to you today by Easy Pray. Easy Pray the Trilogy is a novel, it's Easy Pray the Trilogy, guys. I just want y'all to really get, make sure we get into that and just really grabs on it. All right, guys. So that's my 3 points of purpose. That's my 3 points of purpose. Thank y'all for letting me share that. 3 points of purpose. 3 points of purpose was brought to you today by Easy Pray the Trilogy, a novel series by yours truly, Keith Childs, guys. Coming spring. Please follow me on social media, on all the social media network and outlets, please. And coming to you guys, you don't want to miss the Lit in the Lab. I have a segment coming up, man, with my special guest, Mr. Harvey Yancey of H2 Design Bill. Right now, guys, it's time for the latest entertainment news from my girl, 60 Seconds of Hollywood with Jeannie Jones.
60 Seconds of Hollywood
with Jeannie Jones.
Have you seen the new cover of Sports Illustrated, the popular swimsuit issue? Rocking the cover is 24-year-old Danielle Harrington, straight out of Compton, Cali, and making history this month as the 3rd Black woman to grace the cover.
60 Seconds of Hollywood
with Jeannie Jones.
Have you seen the new cover of Sports Illustrated, the popular swimsuit issue? Rocking the cover is 24-year-old Danielle Harrington, straight out of Compton, Cali, and making history this month as the 3rd Black woman to grace the cover. You may remember Tyra Banks was first in '97, followed by Queen Bee, Beyonce in 2007, and now Danielle. LeBron James is handling his business in basketball and also Hollywood. I saw King James and his family scouting high schools for his kids a few weeks ago. Lots thought it had a lot to do with playing ball in Cali, but I think it's because his Spring Hill production company is doing big biz, doing a remake of the classic hit film House Party. Better not mess that up. He's doing a Netflix movie about Madam C.J. Walker starring Octavia Spencer, another docuseries on Starz Network, and a pilot for ABC TV with Gabrielle Union. And props to Kevin Hart winning again. He's been named the top actor in all of social media. I'm talking Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. Cha-ching! That's 60 Seconds of Hollywood. I'm Jeannie Jones. Meow.
More in the Lab with author Keith Childs coming up. Easy Prey, the Trilogy, a highly anticipated novel series by author Keith Childs, will leave you longing for more. Easy Prey delves into the tragic events that transform the life of Mallory Bell. Beautiful and bright, a powerful, successful businesswoman with an MBA, Mallory appears to have it all. Born to loving, wealthy parents, she finds herself in a fight for survival after witnessing a childhood tragedy that turns her perfect world upside down. Mallory Bell is transformed to Mallory Kilpatrick when the tragic events that fuel her hunger for success spark her ravenous appetite for revenge. Defying the odds, this drop-dead gorgeous, irrefutably sexy, and equally savvy businesswoman reemerges at the top of her game and on the hunt for easy prey. What's behind the mind of this beautiful black female serial killer? Be careful what you pray for. Easy Prey, the trilogy, by author Keith Childs, coming spring 2018. Follow us on social media at author Keith Childs. When businesses don't market, they fail. Increase your company's brand awareness and grow your business today. Call Market Caddy at 202-871-7770. That's 202-871-7770. H2 Design Build is a reliable contemporary design company that approaches each project with sustainable building practices and innovative design concepts. With over 9 years of experience in public contracts, we have the expertise for both large and small renovations and new construction. H2 Design Build meets clients' needs with creativity and know-how while incorporating fanatical attention to detail and preserving quality and cost. Call H2 Design Build at 202-290-3002. That's 202-290-3002. Or visit us on the web at h2designbuild.co. H2 Design Build, building a better city for everyone.
Easy Prey the Trilogy by author Keith Childs, coming spring 2018. Follow him on social media at author Keith Childs.
Call author Keith Childs in the lab at 301-429-9247. That's 301-429-9247. Get on our lines now.
Okay. Ready? All right, great. Lit in the Lab is brought to you by Easy Prey, the high anticipated trilogy by yours truly, author Keith Childs. Coming this spring, please follow me on social media at author Keith Childs. It's Lit in the Lab. Lit in the Lab time is a time for us to discuss business, politics, community, and world, and in your world. So let's get lit in the lab. Today, my man Harvey Yancey from H2 Design Build is in the building. Get us in. What's going on, Harv? And also, but introduce yourself, sir.
Muhammad, AGP Construction.
AGP Construction, Muhammad. So, guys, we're going to talk about Lit in the Lab today. We also got Harvey Yancey in the hot seat. I wanted to bring on, before we just jump into it, I just wanted to, first of all, just say thanks, man, for coming out and talking about your business on the show. You know, this show here is definitely put together to elevate people that's out there in the business doing business, entertainment, and fashion. And you definitely doing it big in business. Y'all heard me speak about Harvey Yancey, man, a good friend of mine who got a company called H2 Design, guys, and they do some incredible work. And I just wanted to just, ask him a couple questions and probe into his mind, man, because I know there's many questions people didn't already send me in to ask him about his business. So I'm going to step back and let Harvey introduce himself. Mr. Yancey, tell the people who you are.
Well, first of all, thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
To have a conversation about business and how we got to where we're at and where we're going. First of all, H2 Design Build is a company that me and a couple of partners started, some time back, and we're trying to take advantage of the real estate market in the city and trying to grow and also bring along other people with us. That's pretty much.
That's how y'all got on. Well, how long have y'all been in existence? When did y'all start?
Well, I started 15 years ago.
Okay.
Brought my first house in Northeast, 8th and I. People wouldn't walk down 8th Street.
the old DC.
8th Street.
Right.
Started it as a hobby.
Right.
And then from there, just grew just by loving what you do and having a passion for it. 15 years later, we're still humping it.
Wow, 15 years. Here's one of the questions, man, out of many that I want to ask for those who actually tuned in and want to get into this real estate game, guys. These two guys here have been in the game, and also, too, before I ask that question, Muhammad, how long have you been in business with your company?
Oh, man, that's a good question. The business has been around since 97.
Wow.
It's founded by Jabali Nash and Kevin Bradford.
Okay.
And I hooked up with them, want to say, right around 2007, 2006, somewhere around there. So been with the organization about 10 years now. And we went from, mom and pop shop to being able to perform both residentially and commercially.
Okay.
And, it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing, and we been able to work with our community closely all throughout the process, and that's the most rewarding part about what we do.
Well, I'm gonna ask a question because people here, I want people to get confused. What's your relationship? How do y'all interwork with each other? You know.
This the big brother.
Right. So I want to explain. I understand it. I want Harvey to explain to the people Harvey, what are you doing out there for companies like HEP? You know, to also get a piece of the pie. What are you doing on that mentorship side?
Actually, I did a Clark class about a year, and one of their partners was in the class, and we kind of clicked. And then once the class was over, I understood what the purpose of Clark University was for small minorities, so they can pick and choose the people that they want to put in positions to take advantage of.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. Who is Clark? What is Clark? For people that know what Clark is.
Clark. You got Clark Group, Clark Builders, Clark Construction.
And they are construction.
Yeah,
field. Okay.
And I took the class. I took the course to understand how to do business, how the big guys did business, not to do business for them. And I learned a value of knowledge. And then me and Muhammad, we met afterwards, and I had a couple projects going, and I was like, look, gave him an opportunity on one of my single family houses in AU Park, and then from that point forward, we've always been in touch. Even if we haven't done projects, we've communicated and talked about how to grow your business.
Okay.
And some of his experience helped me, and hopefully some of my experiences.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
So, Muhammad, what it's like your expertise? What are some of the stuff that you do for the listeners out there that's interested in getting in the construction field? And what do you do? What is your company?
We're a full service building solution provider. So anywhere from design to construction management. We try to build a network of qualified professionals to come out and whatever the needs of our clients are, whether it's a full gut rehab, whether it's a 40,000 square foot commercial office space, whatever it is, we try to put together a team that can responsibly tackle that project, get it done on time, on budget, and have it looking good in the end.
Speak about that. Yeah. That's the key in this business. Y'all hear that, guys? On time and on budget. For those who understand the whole construction game, they'll let them speak to that in a second. But one of the things that's very important, being in this DC market, CBE, and I'm gonna let Mr. Yancey, Harvey Yancey, speak about that. First of all, CBE guys, make sure I'm correct on this. It is for certified business enterprise, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Explain what that is and how important that is. And being in DC market, being a CBE. Anyone? Both of you.
It is. Right. Well, Harvey has been in my ear for years, right? Motivating me to increase our capacity, motivating us to attain a higher place in the food chain of construction and real estate.
Right.
He's like, look, there's opportunities that are out here for you. We just got to take advantage of them. We've got to show up at the table correctly. With the CBE, we have done a lot of CBE work. I met Scotty with Blue Sky, Scotty Urban, owner of Blue Sky Construction. I met him about 10 years ago. And the first thing he told me was, man, you got to get your CBE.
And he told me the same thing. I didn't know what CBE was. But he said you need to go get your CBE.
You got to go get your CBE.
Well, guys, hold on right there for a second. For those of you who are listening, understanding, both of them said, Scotty Irvin from Blue Sky Construction mentioned to them when they first started out, and as they telling you all, you got to get your CBE. And go ahead and tell them about the importance of that.
The importance of it is just, it's an entry into a market that you're not going to be able to get into without it.
Okay.
So it's not guaranteeing you any work. Mm-hmm. It's not saying that you're going to automatically get contracts.
And they tell you that.
They tell you that, right. But sometimes we don't believe it. But that's what it is. All it is just like
it's a tool.
It's access. It's a vehicle that
but
you can
can't
use.
get them without it.
You cannot
get any work from the government. We're talking about the government. You can't get any work
in the district.
Without your CBE certification.
Well, you have different, in Maryland you have your MBE.
But it's the same like CBE?
It's similar.
Okay.
Similar to CBE.
Similar.
But you need, so guys, the importance of this is you need your certifications. If you being real in this, now I'm not talking about your handyman kind of workers. These are not handymen. These are guys that skilled craft people in what they do. So if you want to get work in the government, at least in the district, you got to have your CBE. You got to go get your certified business enterprise. Now, how long is that process? And is there a cost to that, or how long is that?
They've streamlined that process. From when we first filed years back, it probably took us about 90 days to now you can get it in about 30 days. If your paperwork and everything is in line, the most important thing is making sure that your business is an actual entity, that is recognized by the district, and that you don't owe the district any money. Right.
They want their money.
Yeah, they look, if it gets sold in the park, they want a piece, right?
Right.
So as long as all of your credentials are in line, it's about a 30-day process. Somebody reviews it, they look after it, they check all of the boxes. As long as you check out, you're going to get your certification. It's not that difficult.
Oh, okay. So it's not so the process and timeline, like what you saying about a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
I'm saying 30 days. Like, it may take you to get all of your paperwork together. If you don't already have it, it may take you 30 days to put it all together.
Okay.
And then another 30 days for them to review it. Because once you submit it, then they got to assign it to somebody. They'll let you know who it's assigned to. Then you check back in. There's probably 10, 15 applications in front of you. And so as long as you just call in, it's just a process. Just stay on top of it, follow up, send emails, call down there. The best thing to do is to go in person.
Okay.
Like, going places in person and being seen in person, and allowing people to know who you are helps a lot of times. Right. Versus just being another voice on the end of a phone call or just a faceless body on the email. When you go and people see you, it helps a lot.
Okay, so building those relationships.
Yeah, building relationships. That's the most important thing in business.
Like building this relationship. Okay, now? Okay. You got to hold the mic down. Hold it down. Hold it down. And say something. Say something. Yeah. Okay. All right. See? Okay, that's my producer guys is talking to my ear about to go to commercial. All right. Which at the 7:28 or 7?
We got some more to go.
Yeah, we got a couple of it. You guys ready to go?
No, I'm good.
Okay,
we're ready
cool.
to eat in on him now.
Huh?
He done got me thinking.
Oh,
I had to get mine from his closing and he's good.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with more In the Lab with author Keith Childs. Need a fast approval? The mortgage experts at Approval Express can approve you today. Go to ApproveMeSteve.com or call 844-267-8383. That's 844-267-8383. Easy Prey, the Trilogy, a highly anticipated novel series by author Keith Childs, coming spring 2018. Witness Mallory Bell's transformation to Mallory Kilpatrick, a beautiful and powerful businesswoman whose perfect world is turned upside down by tragedy. What fuels her hunger for success sparks her ravenous appetite for revenge and sends Mallory on a hunt for easy prey. Be careful what you pray for. Easy Prey, the Trilogy by author Keith Childs, coming spring 2018. Follow us on social media at author Keith Childs. From small renovations to new construction, call H2 Design Build at 202-290-3002 or visit us on the web at h2designbuild.co. H2 Design Build, building a better city for everyone. Easy Prey, the Trilogy, a highly anticipated novel series by author Keith Childs, will leave you longing for more. Easy Prey delves into the tragic events that transform the life of Mallory Bell. Beautiful and bright, a powerful, successful businesswoman with an MBA, Mallory appears to have it all. Born to loving, wealthy parents, she finds herself in a fight for survival after witnessing a childhood tragedy that turns her perfect world upside down. Mallory Bell is transformed to Mallory Kilpatrick when the tragic events that fuel her hunger for success spark her ravenous appetite for revenge. Defying the odds, this drop-dead gorgeous, irrefutably sexy, and equally savvy businesswoman reemerges at the top of her game and on the hunt for easy prey. What's behind the mind of this beautiful black female serial killer? Be careful what you pray for. Easy Prey, the Trilogy, by author Keith Childs, coming spring 2018. Follow us on social media at author Keith Childs. Call author Keith Childs in the lab at 301-429-9247. That's 301-429-9247. Get on our lines now.
In the Hot Seat is brought to you by Easy Prey, the highly anticipated trilogy by yours truly, author Keith Childs, coming spring 2018. Check me out, guys, on social media at author Keith Childs. Again, guys, all of these segments and everything I'll do on this show will be logged in on at YouTube at author Keith Childs. You can always go to YouTube and find us, author Keith Childs. All right, now what I've been talking about for a minute lit in the lab with my man Harvey Yancey and my man Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? We here, guys. So now that was my segment lit in the lab. We're gonna jump right into the hot seat and just ask my man Harvey the questions that you all want to know. But we're just talking off camera a little bit, guys, and I'm gonna ask Harvey, starting this business. Tell the people how you got started. You know, because we were just laughing about people out there 10, 15 years ago. They were just like you all. So let them know how you got started in this business.
Good credit.
Okay, that take half the people off the page.
No.
That take half the people off the page.
No,
Go ahead.
Actually, it doesn't. It's interesting.
I'm only joking.
It's interesting because I was semi-retired. I had some restaurants in North Carolina, and I got tired of going back and forward, driving from D.C. to North Carolina, and always wanted to do real estate and kind of start canvassing the market, and found a house that everyone thought I was crazy for buying.
Where was it at? What part of the city was it in?
Northeast.
Okay.
It was 2003. Brought my first house was $135,000 when they were selling them for $90,000. It was a 12-foot wide house with a addition that was a porch addition that they called that was falling off. The owner was moving to North Carolina, and I put a contract on it. Went to a lender. The rates that he was offering me didn't work. I had some credit cards, had a little bit of money in the bank, and had some family members that was like, all right, we believe in you. And then from then on, did that house and sold it, and made decent money, and took that money and reinvested it into the next project next door.
Right.
And then ended up doing 11 houses in that neighborhood.
Wow.
In a year and a half. And then we started having people that were interested in doing, for us to do, construction, what I call retail construction for other people. Started doing that to finance some of our other projects, and just started loving the business and loving doing the design, and had some pretty good people around me that could help me understand the business. And it was I'm not gonna say it was all peachy creamy, but it was a great learning experience, and that's why I have my man Muhammad, because my goal is to make sure the next person that comes up is that from my learning experience they learn what not to do. Not to do.
Let me ask you, I got a ton of questions I want to ask in here. One, when you did your first house, it was the first one, guys, your first investment, because we're gonna get to, y'all seen the commercials. I mean, they're not seeing them here, but all of the nice stuff that they build. But before you get to that level, what was your thinking when you bought your first house? Did you bought that? Would you just rather change it around? Because the work that they see you're not seeing on the commercials is impeccable. So, what was your thinking? Your first house. What was your thought process to do with that house?
I'm the kind of person that, I just jump into it. And my first thought was, all right, buy the house, put a couple $1,000s into it. Mm-hmm. Brought the house, and I tore half of the house down, built a whole new addition, did the whole house over, did some floating staircases because, then, I thought that was hot. I wanted to live there. And then...
Oh, so you bought the house for yourself, not...
No, I brought the house... to sell, but I was building.
Oh, then you building for stuff that you want.
Yeah, building. Okay. I thought having floating staircases was hot. No one was doing that in the city. Right. Like Chicago and New York and different places like that, where you see different magazines, and I was dreaming big. So from that point forward, I just kind of gravitated more towards the architectural and. Then I got an understanding of the construction aspect of it, and I put two and two together. And then also with a little business background, I got a back office, and that's key thing, most important. I was doing the accounting, I was doing everything,
right.
With some help, but not the help that that was needed. Went back and I invested in people that that gave me the support that I needed to grow the company.
So. When you buy, this is something, guys, that I know is very, very important, especially for young investors. When you buy a house and you're looking to make it a business, he said something very key. He was trying to do stuff like he wanted to live in it. Now, did that make you go over budget? Because you start saying, yeah, I like this, stainless steel instead of this. And so as a young investor, I know most people shop with their emotions instead of their business sense. So how did that work for you?
But once the emotions part of it, when I was selling it, and I realized I didn't make that much, but the emotions went out the door.
Okay.
So then I started being more logical on making decisions on material and finishes that make sense. The internet is a powerful tool that you can find some great things, and what I call is the look. More, but you're getting it for less.
Right.
So.
And I was about to, now, your houses, from guys, you all have been seeing the commercials and seeing all this great work that he do. Your look is, I always say, it's high end. I always talk about you have a high end look, but again, you just kind of answered that, because if you get some stuff, if I'm trying to build a house, my first house, I'm going shopping in the Home Depots of the world, or the Lowe's. That stuff that you have in your house is expensive. And it'd be out of my budget. But you say you search the internet and try to find that shop, the top end stuff for maybe a little cheaper price?
Yeah. Okay. What I do, I have a pretty simple program. I get 3 numbers on everything. And when I get those 3 numbers or whatever, I'm going back and I'm having them bid against each other.
Okay.
Even if it's material. And if you make yourself important, people are going to feel that, and they're going to want to give you their business. So I had every week, I'm talking to different vendors. I'm like, if you want my business, if you want, these 5 or 6 houses, you need to give me your best number. And I'm talking to, 2 or 3 people the same way. And when I call them, they're like, we know Harvey.
Right.
So I make sure that, we're doing volume. We're small, but the goal is to perceive yourself bigger than really what you are, because then you get better pricing.
Absolutely.
That's what the big boys do all day.
Okay. So when you get in that situation, now you're seeing all these hats you have to wear. You have to understand he's doing the business side of it, the whole framing side, the architectural side. So wearing all these different hats that you have to do, then it come into a whole nother piece. And I learned this, guy. Let me tell you something. Just go off page for a second. I used to work in the government for the mayor, in the real estate department, and lost my job. And I tell the story all the time. And I was out of work, and Harvey hired me. Loved him to death for it. Wasn't working at the time, $100,000 got snatched out of my household unbeknownst to me. Still today, I don't know why, but nevertheless, it was one of those periods in my life where I just needed a job. And Harvey, man, actually gave me a chance. And now, mind you, I'm a manager kind of guy, but he said, you come work with me, you going out in the field. Yeah, so it was good because I learned a lot. I didn't know nothing about underpinning and all that, but I learned that being on that. And it's when I tell you, it was cool because I learned so much. You know, I met guys like Muhammad, but you know, to see them actually take a house and level it, and then frame it from the bottom up, underpinning and all this crap, and putting in concrete. And, man, it's amazing. And you do this over and over and over again. So when you work with your subs, that's another piece of the business. I don't know what I can say. Well, I guess you said but with y'all together. But when you do your budget, you have to budget in before the project is built. You have to get the whole price of everything, so you can see your profit calls, how much your subs can charge. All that is taken into consideration before you do the project.
Of course, and then also you look at your historical data from projects that you've done. Now we're at a point where we can look at projects that are similar, and I can pretty much almost be 10 plus or minus where the numbers are going to be close.
So you have to be an estimator of price and all. You should know all that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to it, guys.
But, we've hired an estimator now.
Right.
To help us to make sure that we keep those numbers true. So we make sure that we're not dipping on the margins. So it's a business.
Right. Now, I'm sorry. You were saying something else? Okay. Now let me just jump for a second. Muhammad, working for or working with Harvey, how's it been? Let's be real here. Ups and downs. I mean, give me your challenges. I'm gonna ask for them. Your good part, not the good part, because y'all got a good relationship, but the challenges when you working because
it's a relationship.
Okay.
Right. Harvey called me, cussed me out a few times.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
it's real here, guys. We realize
this is construction. Right. But along with those questions come answers, and that's what I respect about Harvey so much more than a lot of other people, right? Harvey's always giving me a solution along with that question. Like he may say, well, we need to be here. How are we gonna get there? And then I may have an answer. He said, well, why don't you consider this also? Right. And so there's always been a mentoring process in our relationship. Now, Harvey may say, how much it costs? I said, well, what you got in it? He gonna say, no, you gotta give me a number. Right, because he wants me to go through that exercise of figuring it out for myself. Okay. Because if my number comes back to him and it's not real, there's no point in us really having any more dialogue about that particular scope of work. He may say, okay, look, you can't do that. What else? I got this scope over here. What about this one? Right? And so it's always been a transparent conversation. And that's the part that you want to formulate business relationships with people who are going to be honest with you, who are going to be real with you. If we help create a successful project together, then everybody's doing well.
Everybody's eating.
Yeah, everybody's eating. Everybody's eating. Right. And you can't starve your people, right? Because then you're not going to have any more people.
Well, guess what? Here's one of the biggest things that I've learned, and I hear from a lot of different contractors when they new starting out, and this is the biggest thing, guys, is knowing how to price jobs. So is there a formula? Or because if say like, okay, you're a framer, right? And you come in and Mr. Yan say, hey, I need you to frame this building. Give me your price. I'm not gonna tell you how much I got in it. You have to come with your price. So is there a formula to every aspect that you should put, or where do you get these numbers from?
There's a formula.
It is.
There's a formula.
But you gotta create your formula.
Yep.
At the same time, right? There may be an industry standard, right? But you might not be at industry standard. So the number one thing is to sit down with it from nuts and bolts. Say, this is how many pieces of this material. This is how much this material costs. This is how many man hours it's going to take me to get there. This is what my overhead is, and calculate that. Then back that into, well, how many square feet is it? How many linear feet is it? And so that's how you come up with your formula. Don't take somebody else's formula and run with it. You have to come up with your own, and then you just compare it to other people's formula and keep working it until you get to that place where, okay, now you know what it costs.
Okay, so you just work the numbers. So it's basically a trial and error. You're just going to have to work it, get your formula in that fits you, because, like you just said, something was key. Don't take, because I know I hear a lot of times people say, well, I'm going to go around, see what everybody else charge, and they're trying to charge what they charge. But then are you shooting yourself in the foot for your worth? Because your worth may be better than what they're charging, or maybe not up to par. So how do you know? And I've also, by working in this capacity, I've seen people overbid and underbid and lose jobs in the government side and on the private side. So that's one of the biggest things I hear a lot, even dealing with smaller contractors now. If I have little work, not in your capacity, but they're always like, well, how much do I charge? How do I know how to charge? And I can't tell you how to charge for your business, you know. So those are the things, you know, also, you know, just in preparing and understanding this business too. Now, Harvey, you want to speak to just, I know we spoke a little bit about it in the other segment, but before we go to break, I want you to just kind of speak into just the importance of having a mentor, because that's one of the things a lot of young companies, even myself, you know, didn't realize how important that was, to have someone to bring you under their wing, or, you know, you bring somebody under your wing to, you know, show them the ropes.
Very important, because I think, like, from me and my team, my partners, my brother Jason, and
hold on, let's shout out Jason. Stop it.
No doubt.
Jason, hey,
The hardest working man in construction.
let me tell you something. All right, we get to that later. But Jason,
actually, I'm gonna tell you about Jason.
go ahead. Please, we got to go there. So Jason's awesome.
Mentoring. Jason came here, knew nothing about construction, knew nothing.
That's shocking, because he's so shocked.
I put him on a job, and I said, "Go demo this house." Him and I think Jose.
Jose. My man.
He learned how to demo the house, then went and brought some tools and said, "All right, go fix this." And then from that point on, he started learning blueprints, started understanding estimating, started understanding underpinning and structural. My partner Tony Hudson, he understands the development side. So our team, our goal in reference to the mentorship or mentoring is that take the efforts and the things that we've learned, and, you know, try to bring other people up that don't have the opportunity or that are trying, and you don't want to, you know, the goal is not to have them make the same mistakes,
Right.
you know, if you can provide that, because if he eats and if he grows or whatever, that means that outside of the dollar sign of it, that means that we've done our part to help the next level of contractors get growth in the city. You know, and one of the most important things is that if we have 5 or 6 of us in this market that are feeding off each other, that means that those 5 or 6 are getting maybe 1 or 2 more people. That means that it's 10 more people that are of like kind that are growing, that are almost like a brotherhood or a sisterhood that you can talk to when you have, you know, issues with estimating. Like, why are my numbers still off? Well, we can have a conversation, and I may see something that he doesn't see or she doesn't see.
So you're building a village within a team.
Yeah.
You're building that connection. That's key. And what I'm gonna do before we about to go take a quick break, but I'm definitely gonna come back, man, and we're gonna wrap this up with Harvey, my man Harvey Yancey, my man Muhammad. Guys, this is a very good segment, guys. Please stay tuned. We're about to run a commercial, so we'll be right back after the break. All right, yeah, boy, we are rocking. We're finishing up in a minute. Anything y'all want?
Easy Prey the Trilogy, a highly anticipated novel series by author Keith Childs, will leave you longing for more. Easy Prey delves into the tragic events that transformed the life of Mallory Bell. Beautiful and bright, a powerful, successful businesswoman with an MBA, Mallory appears to have it all. Born to loving, wealthy parents, she finds herself in a fight for survival after witnessing a childhood tragedy that turns her perfect world upside down. Mallory Bell is transformed to Mallory Kilpatrick when the tragic events that fuel her hunger for success spark her ravenous appetite for revenge. Defying the odds, this drop-dead gorgeous, irrefutably sexy, and equally savvy businesswoman reemerges at the top of her game and on the hunt for easy prey. What's behind the mind of this beautiful black female serial killer? Be careful what you pray for. Easy Prey the Trilogy by author Keith Childs, coming spring 2018. Follow us on social media at author Keith Childs. From small renovations to new construction, call H2 Design Build at 202-290-3002 or visit us on the web at h2designbuild.co. H2 Design Build, building a better city for everyone. Easy Prey the Trilogy, a highly anticipated novel series by author Keith Childs, will leave you longing for more. Easy Prey delves into the tragic events that transformed the life of Mallory Bell. Beautiful and bright, a powerful, successful businesswoman with an MBA, Mallory appears to have it all. Born to loving, wealthy parents, she finds herself in a fight for survival after witnessing a childhood tragedy that turns her perfect world upside down. Mallory Bell is transformed to Mallory Kilpatrick when the tragic events that fuel her hunger for success spark her ravenous appetite for revenge. Defying the odds, this drop-dead gorgeous, irrefutably sexy, and equally savvy businesswoman reemerges at the top of her game and on the hunt for easy prey. What's behind the mind of this beautiful black female serial killer? Be careful what you pray for. Easy Prey the Trilogy by author Keith Childs, coming spring 2018. Follow us on social media at author Keith Childs. Call author Keith Childs in the lab at 301-429-9247. That's 301-429-9247. Get on our lines now.
All right, guys, welcome back, guys, to the show. Sitting here, guys, and having a really good conversation. If you're in the construction world or if you think about real estate, man, I got two of the hottest guys up here. My man Harvey Yancey from H2 and my man Muhammad from HEP. So we're going to jump right back into this good conversation, man, because we were jumping. Hey, Muhammad we was talking off air, explaining to we was talking about just how, well, first of all, let's say big up to Muhammad because he has his first, I'm saying it right? Your first, give me the right words.
It's the first deal that we've had as a developer with the city.
The first development deal with the city. Explain to the people what that mean and what that mean to you and how did it come about.
For us, it's huge for us. It's a space that we wanted to get into for a long time. We've been pushed in that direction for a while. I can't express how important it is to find mentors, right? And sometimes you don't know that that's who they're gonna be when you first meet them, right. But value your relationships. They're important, man. And Harvey has been a mentor for us from day one. And when I say mentor, what I mean is you're gonna see people who are in the spaces that you're in, whose organizations are at a level that you want to attain. Listen to what they say. You know, take what they say, apply it to your organization, and you will see that it will help grow your organization. People want to know if they take the time to share something with you that you're going to listen. Yeah. Right? And absolutely. So that's very, very important. Brothers such as Harvey, Scotty, Omar, these are guys whose organizations have grown to a level that we aspire to be. And so in just seeing it, I said, hey, man, these are guys that I need to listen to what they're saying. I need to follow what they say to do and not act like I know for myself because I don't. They're where I want to be. Right. So that's who I need to listen to.
And see, in that respect, that's a humbling piece. You know, that a lot of people, when we get in, we got to realize that there's always someone there. I don't care what level you at. There's always someone there that you inspire, that you're looking up to be. And that was my question I was about to ask Harvey after your segment was, his work to me, again, you know, I've worked with him and I see his work and I love it so impeccable. And you all looking at it as well. What inspired you? Who inspired you for your style? Who inspired you? Like, you know, Muhammad inspired by you. Who are you inspired by? Is there anyone out there that you look up to as an architect or a developer and say, hey, you know, did you?
Actually, I've been inspired about this business, the construction, and now the development aspect of it. When I was younger, and my football coach used to take us to these houses, you know, that we couldn't afford.
Right.
And I was like, wow. And I had friends who had these nice houses, and it always stuck with me. So when I had an opportunity to start doing it, I always look back at that and say, man, like we used to go cut the grass, clean the gutters, paint, and that's what we did to stay out of trouble. And we did it every summer. Before football practice, after baseball, and it just kind of stuck with me. And then when I had the opportunity to do it, I took advantage of it, and I fell in love with it. And it's a passion. It's not about the money anymore.
There you go. I love that.
I love it.
And that's, you know, and I'm glad he said that because that's one of my things, guys. don't chase money, chase your passion be your purpose. And if you find something you love to do, as you see with this gentleman on the panel, you'll fall in love with it. Now, with you, Harvey, and the work that you do, speak to now, let them know you work on, well, I think you told me that we spoke about, that you work on some affordable houses for the government. Am I saying it right? Is it affordable or is it?
It's workforce housing.
Workforce, I'll explain what that is and how many you're doing and where they at.
Actually, we have 29 of them that we purchased the land, and we ended up, another associate and a good friend now of mine kind of led us down a path of working with the city with HFA on providing affordable housing for DC, meaning for EMS, the police officers, first responders, and the teachers in Southeast. And we were looking in Southeast 7 years ago and started buying land. And Tony actually found this one land, the one that we're working on right now. I wouldn't even go look at it because it was in Berry Farms. I was like, man, whatever, man. If you think it's a good deal, just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. And
so let me stop you there for a second. Let me jump in. These new beautiful homes that you all building is in Berry Farms?
Yeah, Berry Farms.
It's coming, guys. In Berry Farms.
It's already there.
They there?
It's already there. It's already there.
Wow.
It is very interesting. Every day.
So is Berry Farms, educate me, is Berry Farms empty now? They emptied it all out?
No, it's not empty.
People living there?
You still 8th Street. This is the new 8th Street area.
Wow.
People don't even realize that. You have MLK and that whole surrounding area. You know, when you start seeing the demographics of people changing slowly, it's getting ready to hit warp speed. And our goal when we first purchased it was, you know what, we can sit on it and sell it later. We ended up partnering with the city, and from that point forward, you know, it skyrocketed because we ended up purchasing some more land and bringing the city in with us. And the workforce housing is geared towards first responders, police officers, and teachers and government workers. Because as everyone knows, you know, the dynamics and the affordability of the city is changing, and the city has these different programs that, hey, if you work for the city, you should be able to afford to live in the city. Right. So the city has created a program just for this, and our goal is to take advantage of it before, you know, that whole dynamics of Berry Farms, Congress Heights, Marshall Heights changes, and give people affordable, nice, high-end place to live in. And that's another part, another part is that when we started looking in Deanwood and different areas like that, I saw garbage. I'm sorry, I'm going to say garbage. Everyone has a different level of what they like. I saw some of the things that some of the developers that were kind of in the infant stage of putting things up, and I felt that, hey, you know, people need a better quality of product. Yeah. You know, when they go out there and you see some of these things, you're like, seriously? Who would buy this? And, you know, there's a buyer. That was my thing. There was a buyer for, you know, anything or everything. Yeah. So our goal was to bring, like, Uptown, which one of the guys told me, you know, we need to bring what you build Uptown to Southeast.
Okay, now, let me just jump in real quick before we wrap up. It's the houses in Berry Farm that they're building, H2's building, guys. H2 Design is putting together. Like he just said, he's bringing those ones y'all seen on the commercial, the gorgeous looking architectural homes that they do uptown. Now, just want to be clear, so y'all not misunderstanding, you have to be a police, firefighter, EMS, or Homeland Security. They're not open to anyone, because I want people to just be kind of a bar, hey, how can they get one?
No, those are the first ones that get the first option with the program.
So would it be open to the public, or you don't know yet?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
We don't know yet.
So they're gonna first get all those people accommodated.
The goal is to have people that work in the city to have a nice, affordable home that they can go to. I'm sure. And these areas are changing.
So okay, guys, we about to wrap up in a quick minute, guys. But before we go, I just wanted any closing remarks from HEP and my man Harvey, and we're gonna wrap it on in.
I mean, for anybody that's interested in getting into either construction or real estate, find good people to help you build your organization, and find good people to help lead your organization. listen and give. We're in a business where relationships are everything. So make sure you formulate good relationships.
I concur with that. The most important thing is that build bridges. Build bridges, understand, and not only listen, hear everything, and take it like deep. Because if you have someone out there that is doing something a little bit different, ask them questions.
All right, guys. Definitely thank my man Harvey Yancey
sir.
for coming out. And my man HPA, guys, as y'all know.
Appreciate it, bro.
See y'all next week, guys. Also tune into me and check out the book, guys. But as I grow, we grow. I appreciate y'all. It's a wrap. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.